Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. Thanks so much for waiting. Thanks so much for tuning in. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. We go live or we post a new video 3:30 Central, 30 minutes after close, pretty much every day. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, the link is below. I post all my trades in there. And let's get to it. Quite a few people were waiting here. See that you guys are going on. Keith, how you doing? Glad to see you joining us. I saw that you left a comment yesterday and you watched it afterwards, so I appreciate you even like tuning in afterwards. It really what I want to talk about, more about what you guys want to talk about, and just I also use this time to meet anybody that has been watching for a while or anyone new. So if you're new here, leave a comment. Jeff, what's going on? Logic, how you doing, man? I'm glad you're here too. Sakura Kit, I don't know if I'm saying your screen name correctly. Sakura Kit, how you doing? Excellent. What's going on? Today, thankfully for me, was a Green Friday. We haven't had a Green Friday in a little while, and mainly because today was a good day trading day. A lot of times, like what they did for like last 2 months is they made basically Fridays were flat, where they just sucked the premium out of everybody. Hey Manny, how you doing? Greg, what's up? Excellent. Richard, how you doing? If you guys can hear me, let me know. I actually turned down my mic because I actually watched the replay yesterday and I noticed that I was like getting my mic was kind of loud. So Smart Trader, how you doing? Today, kind of go over it. We had some huge swings today. I mean, S&Ps were positive. Then they went, then the Dow went negative. Let's see. Let me actually bring the Dow up here. The Dow was probably more interesting today. It gapped up this morning, then just gave it all back, went negative, and then at the close, we just went back up again. Cobra Commanded, how you doing? If you're here watching, say what's up. Fridays are for the UVH fam. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being part of this community. Like, it really means a lot to me. Alex, see you. Manny sold early today. Yeah, today was a very choppy day. I can go over my trades as well. Today I was up. I'm up 141 on the day. Had quite a few trades, and it didn't come easy. It wasn't. I didn't get gains today because it came easy. Actually, Baba gapped up this morning. Luckily, I sold up here. I made 120 bucks. It dropped down. I had to give up some gains on that Square trade, so that I did the video on it yesterday about Square being a stupid trade. Also, Microsoft I went over yesterday was another stupid trade. I shouldn't have put it on. Luckily, I was able to get out for a small loser today. I only lost $30 on it because we had this nice spike up here. But yesterday, I should have got out. I shouldn't actually have put the trade on because I was actually in a meeting during when I had this trade on. So I put the trade on up here, and it came back way down. I would have made about $150 profit, and by the time I got back to it, I was only up $30, so I figured I'd just leave it, and that was another dumb trade I did this week. So, Crypto Slice, how you doing? Excellent. Monday is looking good for a green day. Shorting here is risky. I'd watch closely. So those are the comments. I think this week I am actually up $100 this week, which is not great, but considering on where we've been, like Monday and Tuesday I was red, Wednesday I was green, and then Thursday I was red, and then today I was green. So it was like, a mess. I actually had to fight back. Today I had a couple day trades. I day traded Apple, and I day traded Alibaba as well. And Apple, I actually bought a strangle near the opening here, and it went up and it came back down. It was really choppy. We caught a break. It dropped down. It dropped down to here. I had the 220 put, the 222.50 call, dropped down to here. I only made like $28 on this because it was getting real choppy in here, and then I could have made a lot more if I held. But what I was really worried about was when I had this big drop that we would get something like that. So as you can see, it eventually did do that. You just don't know when it's going to happen, and if it is going to happen, I mean, this could have easily just fell back down into the 215, 216 area. It could have just went down like crazy. But I was really scared. Like I said, as quickly as it rips down, like I've been telling you guys, as quickly as it rips down, it could rip back up, as you can see here in the close today. Like things were nuts. Hamed, how you doing? Hey, if you're here watching, say what's up. Fridays is for the UVH fam. John, how you doing? NOA. I'll look at that in a second. Alibaba, I then put it, after I got out of Alibaba, it came back down here. It was bouncing around. I put another strangle on in here. And when it dropped down here, I caught a break. Nice $70 winner on the day. So like 140 of this profit on the day was actually made today. And as you can see, like Alibaba has been like performing really well for me. Alibaba was up like 260 just today on the day. I was down $60 on the position yesterday, closed it out for a 120 winner, so that was a 180 swing, and then we made an extra $70 on it today. So nice win today on Alibaba. But yeah, the gains did not come easy today. Like if it wasn't for Apple and Alibaba, today would have probably closed red or near scratch. Probably would have been up like $50, $30, something like that. So things are nuts. NOA, let's look at NOA. If you guys, so I really just wanted to take Fridays just to hang out with you guys. People that join in here, answer more of your questions, because I know that sometimes maybe during the week I'm trying to do a little bit too much. I'm actually going to take off this some moving average. NOA, let's take a look at the options. Are you trading options, John? Are you trading options on NOA? So I think this comes up quite a bit. So do you guys know the difference between like liquid options and illiquid options? And in terms of like what I see here, just one of my criteria is to trade more liquid stocks. And right now, like the volume on this, we're only on 2 strikes and there's only 50 volume all day. Open interest is only 400, 300. So not a lot of people are holding contracts for this. And if you look here, like the bid and ask is super wide, like $1. And then the other thing is the strikes, they only have $2.50 wide strikes, or a $10 stock to have $2.50 strikes is basically means no one trading it. So it doesn't really matter what I think about the chart. If I look at the options, like I'm not trading this because there's a lot of ways you can lose on trading options on something like this. You can get in, you can definitely get in, but I think you're going to have a hard time getting out with profit. I mean, look at these 750 calls right here. Or these 750 calls. The ask is 650. The bid is 285, and you're hoping to meet somewhere in the middle, but you got to have a buyer. So it's really hard to trade something like this. You pay a lot to get in, and then when you get out, you actually end up giving up some gains because of how wide these are. So like for me, I wouldn't touch this. If you look at something like, let's go to like, just to give you an example, like Apple, look at how many contracts are here, like in the thousands. Volume, 19,000, 8,000. Open interest is, 38,000. I mean, this is what you call super liquid. And then you can see like the bid and ask are pretty tight here. Market's closed right now, so the bid and ask is going to be a little bit wider. But Apple gets like penny wide, 3 penny wide bid and ask. When the market is open. SPY is another one that's very liquid as well. And as you can see here, how many were traded here. So like pay attention to the volume, guys. Like don't trade just because the stock is moving doesn't mean you should trade options on it. Now, if you want to trade stocks just buy shares, go ahead. Do what you think is best. But in terms of the chart, I mean, it does look like it's going to go up a little bit from here. But there's no, I don't know where this has been in the last couple of years. If there's any support here. No support. So you guys just got to be careful about trading things like this. It looks like a lot of risk and not much reward. If it does go back up to $12, I mean, you'd be good, but it's hard to get out of that. Ray Lee's up 295 for the week. Congrats. Happy for you. Nice. How does everyone's week go? Like, did you find yourself struggling to get gains, or were you pretty consistent, or did you guys have a train wreck of a week? I did pretty good this week, considering that like I started the week out so red. Pretty much turned it around on Wednesday and Friday, but I mean it didn't come easy, didn't come free. This actually was really nice on Microsoft here. I actually put the position on for 90. I sold it off for, what did I sell it off for? I got 70 cents back, so I lost like $20, $30 here. I put it on for like 98 or something like that. You know, it's luckily we had this nice spike here into close. Otherwise, we were going to eat that. You know, I was able to cover up some of my mistakes this week, and you know, and in times like this, I'm actually glad. Like a lot of people were like, I can't trade this market, and I'm actually glad for this type of market, because it shows you how to trade. Like if the market, like in 2017, is just going up every day, you don't actually learn how to trade. You don't learn how to trade. Nick, Sammy, how you doing? Pato, how you doing? Ray Lee, Nick, what's your opinion on buying a strangle versus buying a single call and put? So I've been buying a lot of strangles because I'm not exactly sure if the market's going to continue lower, because like obviously we can go lower. My initial target for SPX was 2,800, but we sliced through that like nothing. So I thought maybe we come back down to the 2,800 range and we bounce back up. But that's not the case. Now we're below it. We had a solid bounce today, but you don't know if this is dead cat or what's going to go out on Monday. Like, you know, today we closed up, but $38 is nothing. We've lost 300. We lost 300 points in a week. You know, 30 points is nothing in this. And so what I've been doing, like for Apple, for instance, today. Let's go to Apple. And today, Apple at the start of the day was trading at right here. It was like 220, 221 when I put the position on. So I put this position on, and what I did was, this is not going to be a good example here because there's no prices. I bought, but the price is pretty much where it was. So I strangled this. So I bought the 220 call. 220 put and the 220 call, and mainly because the reason why I did it is because at the time, Apple gapped up $6, and I thought that either this is going to give it all back, which I made money on the put side down here, or it's going to rip up, and that we're going to see some continuation. So I thought it was a pretty low risk. Also, I paid $1.50 for it, so I really just needed like a solid dollar to $2 move to be profitable on this. So the risk was low, and I thought that it would definitely move more than $2, and it did. I mean, from here it dropped from 220 down to 217. I actually got out here on the 218.50 mark because it was kind of bouncing. I thought maybe it was going to go down and head back up. So basically, you just want, when you do a strangle, it's to lower your risk. You're going to lower your profit potential, but you're gonna increase your win rate. Is basically the goal. Christopher, how you doing? We got 29 people here. You know, if you're new here, say what's going on. This is the Friday family chat. Let's see what's up. Excellent, loves this market. Yeah, I mean, this is a good market to make money. Like, it's so boring. Like 2017 was so boring. Like, all you could do was sell puts, and like you couldn't even sell puts that great because the IV rank was so low. IV rank was so low that we were just like on this super slow churn up, and we like profits were slow. So you could sell, like I was selling puts on Amazon and stuff like that. But you weren't making money as fast as you were like today. Derek, could have been worse. I agree. I think it could have been way worse. I mean, on weeks like this week, people lost. I'm guarantee you, people lost 6-7 figures this week. And if you lost 100, 200, even 500, count yourself lucky, and you know, learn from the mistakes. Like the video I did yesterday. You know, I haven't made a mistake like that in a long time, and this market brings out the worst in people. It brings out greed. It brings out aggression. It brings out, like, if you're in a losing position, you feel like you got to get caught up, and really you don't have to do anything, you know. Excellent. Look at the count. Yeah. Hamed, on top of all the losses this week, I found I booked a wrong date for my flight for the weekend and rescheduled it, paid $160. What a week. Man, I am sorry. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully next week you can get some gains back. Crypto, strangle a naked position. What are you asking? Are you asking why would I strangle a naked position? Christopher, how you doing? Sakurikit, roller coaster week, up and down, probably plus or minus 1,000. Ended up pretty close to break even, give or take $50. Learned a lot though. The education was worth it, but the stress was real. Like, yeah, even if you lose in this market, like, just make sure you're learning. Make sure you're always learning. And don't put your whole account on the line. If you let's say you're down $500, don't put your whole account on the line just to get back to 500. It's not worth it. WWE on the 5-minute chart looks good for a short-term pop. Excellent. I only trade the 15-minute chart. And the reason why I only trade the 15-minute chart, because like the 1-minute chart and the 5-minute chart, I find that I make plays that are not in my best interest. And the 15-minute chart allows me to slow things down, but also fast enough where I can pick up plays. Like the 30-minute chart and the 1-minute chart is a bit too slow for me. So like when you're looking at different charting patterns and the different things that you go by, everyone's personality is different, and I find that the 15-minute chart for me allows me to slow things down, but it's also a quick enough pace for me to make some really good calls. But I mean, the 15-minute chart, I mean, pretty much everyone, like, look at the WWE compared to Apple. I mean, pretty much everyone has the same chart here. Look at Microsoft, same chart. Dips and rips, and I mean, this is the same thing today. Derek got stuck with 200 shares of Ford of assignment. Oh no. No one wants to own shares of Ford. Hope you got out with some money. Didn't have to give up too many gains, unless you're still holding it. All my option trades, Greg says, all my option trades are profitable. Bank of America, T-Mobile, Microsoft, GE, and Snap. My investments are down 5%, but still green this week. Good. Green week, that's all that matters. Green week after green week turns into month, turns to years. I mean, you're good. You're good. You're welcome, Alex. Hey, Baron, how you doing? Keith, when you do that, Nick, does the price have to go past your strike to make a profit? Yes. So, Keith, if you're putting on a strangle, the goal is you want the price to go above or below one of your strikes. So if you have a call, you want to go above. If you have a put, you want to go below. You're not going to make money on both sides. It's not typical. Now, I mean, let's say, if it dipped down and you sold the put, and then you went up and you sold the call, you could do that. But I guarantee you, I usually sell the whole trade I put the whole trade on at one time. I take the whole trade off at one time, mainly because not everyone's very good. People are not very good at timing the market. Like, did you see that? Did you think this was going to happen? If not, then you would have been out the money. So typically when I do strangles, I take the whole trade off at one time. I put the whole trade on at one time. I take the whole trade off at one time. Easy. What's going on, man? Nice to see you here. I took a look at the tasty curve and green area so far from the price. So Keith, when you're selling strangles, like, the price is everything. Like, I try to get around $1, $1.50, and right now it's really hard to buy strangles. Right now we're in a seller's market for the options because IV rank is through the roof, right? So when IV rank spikes up like this, your options are expensive. I don't know if SPX is a good example. Let's go to Apple. IV rank came down a little bit, but compared to where it was, we're still pretty high. So you're gonna have to go pretty far out to put a strangle on, unless you're riding close to expiration. Like today, I did a strangle on Apple and Alibaba that were cheap, and they were close to in the money. However, it expired today, so I needed those to work out in the next couple hours. Today, if you're day trading expiration day, I don't recommend it for everybody because it's really aggressive. And the only reason why I did it because I saw opportunity and I was playing some defense against my Square and Microsoft position, so that way I could, worst case scenario, break even the day or be profitable. And thankfully, I was profitable. Manny, I heard that I can make day trades with the cash account. Yes, Manny, you can make day trades with the cash account. However, make sure you account for the settlement period, which is about 3 days. So let's say you have $5,000 in a cash account, and you used all your buying power, and then you sold it all in one day. You would still need to wait the 3 days to get that. Now, if you're rotating, let's say you're doing $1,000 at a time. Let's say you had a $5,000 account and you're doing $1,000 at a time. So let's say you're day trading $1,000 today, and then tomorrow you day traded another $1,000, and then the next day you day traded another $1,000. You could rotate it that way. But there is settlement periods for if you don't have a margin account. Derek's holding the Ford shares. Okay. Hopefully you can close them out green. But this chart's looking rough, man. I hate to say it to you. Maybe worst case, if you're holding the shares, you could sell some covered calls. I don't know if that's really going to make up the difference, though. Let's see, was Ivy high? Yeah, Ivy's high. I mean, you might be able to actually sell some. You actually might be able to, if you're going to hold on the shares, You might be able to sell some cover calls. However, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait a long. It probably is not even worth it. I mean, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait 30, 40 days for that to come through to make it worth it. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I would just cut it loose and chalk it up as a loss. Move on. Don't tie up your buying power. That's what I would do. Pato lost. Everything's done with Robinhood. Okay, guys, I've done a lot of videos on Robinhood. If you guys have any questions, Robinhood's not the best broker for traders. Investors, Alex T +1. I thought it was 3 days, but I can double check. I thought it was 2 days, so 2 to 3 days. I think you could. It's 2 to 3 days, and you could trade on the third day. So that's why I say 3 days. So I think T +1. So the day, and then tomorrow, and then the third day you could trade basically. So I say 3 days. That's what I meant. That's what I mean. What indicator is at the bottom with the green line? Okay, so this is the implied volatility indicator. If you're using TD Ameritrade, actually on Tastyworks, it's up in the corner. They don't have it. Actually, they do have it on the chart, but basically, if you go to the studies and you go to volatility studies, you select implied volatility. Now, there's a lot of things here, but implied volatility will show you the IV rank and kind of show you where it's been. I like to look at it because you can kind of reference. Right now, it's not a good time to buying options like on anything like long term. If you're gonna do anything like 30 days out, you want to short options right here because the IV rank is so high. But Shotgun, what's up? Glad you're here. You made it early. We're only 20 minutes in. You guys have been pushing me to an hour on these streams. So yeah, right now we're in a seller's market. Shorting options is key. So if we get a bounce here, like if SPX goes back up, as you can see today, with the small bounce that we got, premium got crushed a bit. If we go back up to the 28 to 2900s, premium's going to come back down to here where it'll be cheap again. But right now, premium is rather high, and that's why you're looking like, let's say I'm looking at Apple. Let's say if I were looking at an Apple strangle for next week. I mean, I'm gonna be like I say 222.50. It's expected to move $7, right? So I'd have to put on something around like 227.50 and like 215 area, but then I'd be paying over $200, and then Theta's gonna really eat that up. Theta's gonna be crazy, so it's tough. You have to get it right. You're gonna have to get it right if you're buying premium right now, and that's why it's like hard to make money during high volatility. People think, oh, it's gonna be so easy. Yes, it's gonna be easy, but there's other things working against you. Premium is more expensive, and then also if you're selling premium, you get screwed because it goes beyond the width of your strike. So let's say you did a vertical call strike on a short call vertical on Apple, and let's say you shorted you want it to be worth it too. Let's say you shorted the 227.50s and the 230s here. You're making about 50 cents on this, $50. And then it goes to next week. It goes to 235. You get screwed that way. So it's high volatility moments are difficult. It's not just you. It's not buying premium. Selling premium is hard too, even when IV's high. So if you're gonna sell premium, you're gonna want to go a couple weeks out. However, the big problem is right now with selling premium is end of October, early November. It's earnings seasons. So it's tricky right now. So in earnings season, IV expands as well. We're at like 100. We're between 70 to 100 IV rank on most stocks right now. So you're not gonna get that IV crush in 30 days because we're also gonna have earnings on a lot of these stocks too. So you got to be careful here. It's tricky for buying premium. It's also tricky for selling premium because we got the earnings season coming up. Derek is stuck with shares of Ford. Isn't it a good opportunity to sell options? Rayleigh, I went over that, why it would probably not be in his best interest. Going through these comments. It's the Friday Family Chat. Leave a comment, and let me know when you guys subscribe to this channel. I'm really interested in knowing when you guys subscribe to this channel. Sakura Crit says T+2. So I think that's 3 days, right? Pato, I know it's not. I'm learning about trading option calls, iron condors right after I lost it all. Yeah, don't. I've done video in the last couple of weeks as we experiencing more volatility. I put out so many videos about not blowing up your account, not putting it all on the line. Like, and if you're not trading profitably, take a break. And if you want to get back into it, paper trade. Like TD Ameritrade, there's a paper trading app. You could use the paper trading app. You could have it on your phone. You could have it on here, and it works out. It works out well when you're learning. Also helps you, like, if you want to test some strategies out and you don't want to put your own money at risk. Let's say you want to test out strangles. Go ahead, put it on, see how it works for you in the paper trading app. Greg, I was actually afraid to take new positions today. I just watched and studied what's happening. Yeah, I didn't really put... The only reason why I put new positions on today is because I was playing some defense. The one thing I did do was average down my Tesla calls. So I had these 305 calls. On Tesla, I was down $50 or so on it. And let me give you some context here. So I was down... Let me make myself smaller so you guys can see. So I was down on Tesla. I bought it 92 cents 2 days ago. I'm down 50. So then my new average now is 43. I bought two more at 19 cents today. I'm up 13 cents. So hopefully, we can get a nice little bounce next week where I can actually get up to probably profitable now that I have three options. If it starts moving closer to 300, let's say we get to 290, we're going to be making some stacks next week. What else here? Derek, you can but the stock moves so slow, might be worth the time, like Nick says. Yep. AC, what's up? I have both cash and margin accounts. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you want to play like that, like you can have a margin account and a cash account. You can actually have an account with multiple brokers at one time. You could do you can open an account with Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade. You could open one with Tastyworks. You could have one open with Robinhood. I mean, I have one. I have an account with every broker: Tastyworks, TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, E-Trade. I don't have Fidelity or anything like that, or Schwab, but let's see here. I'm going through your comments here. If you have, Alex says, because you're famous with the fresh haircut, so we'll push it to the hour. Well, I appreciate you guys liking my haircut, and it gets a little bushy, afro-ish after a while. Crypto investors aren't too impressed by that yet. I don't know what I mean. Shotgun, how do we play Baba? How do we play Baba for next week? Baba's been a top performer for me because we've had volatility all up in this. I don't like to tell you guys like how much money I've made through all this, but in the last couple of months, just on Alibaba by itself, I think I've made about $4,000 to $5,000 just on Alibaba by itself, going back and forth just like this. And to be honest with you, to give you guys a strategy, I've only been trading strangles on it. That's it. Only strangles. And the reason why is because they keep underpricing the moves on Alibaba. So strangles have been very profitable in Alibaba. So if you're going to look at it, I'm going to be trading Alibaba next week, of course. I'm gonna wait to see what happens. I need to say, if for a strangle, I need some of these premiums to come down. This is so rich right now. The one thing that I do, what makes it a little bit easier when Alibaba's below 150 is they have the single strike. So it's just $1 wide strikes instead of the 250 wide strikes. The 250 wide strikes make it a little harder because there's less options and you have to make sure it doesn't settle in between. So like, let's say you were looking at Alibaba at the 150, 250s and 155 strike. You don't want it to settle at like 155, 153 or 154 because you're going to be losing money to theta on that. So that's why I like the dollar wide strikes better. But above 150, they go back to the 250 strike. So it was nice. It was nice when it came back down below 150 because they went back to single strikes, dollar wide strikes. Sorry. Man, he's about to get his haircut like me. Go get it, bro. Easy went back in BAC, but did not. Let's see here. Baba, BAC, Easy, Bank of America did the opposite this time. Bought 29 call for 33 expiration next Friday. Yeah, the banks are in play, but they had earnings today. Had blowout earnings. I think that was a lot to do with, this market is going to be very reliant on this earnings season. If this earnings season is terrible, luckily the banks reported good earnings. If this earnings season is terrible, I'm gonna be looking that this is going to, the sell-off will accelerate. But so far the banks crushed it. So we'll see what happens. Keith, I screwed up on Robinhood, put on what I thought was a credit spread, used Robinhood instead of Tasty to save $2, realized it was debit. Yeah. I actually put out a video, if you guys want the link to it, that Robinhood is not actually a free brokerage. I know that was a mistake on your part, but there's a lot of reasons why Robinhood is not free to play. Derek, new cars are not moving that much either because rates are going up. I knew it was, yeah. I mean, if you're trading GM or Ford, they've been bearish for 5 years, man. Ford and GM have been going down. Actually, GM's probably doing better, I think. No, never mind. Never mind. Well, it's been bearish for a while. It's actually gone nowhere. If you look at the stock, it's gone nowhere in 5 years, and we're approaching the bottom part of the 5 year lows here. So these stock people that hold GM and Ford are mainly just getting the dividend money. They're not making money on the stocks, on the shares. Sorry. If you look at Ford here, 5 year chart on Ford, even worse. I mean, Ford's. If you held Ford for the last 5 years, you were not getting paid. Unless you own enough shares that these dividends work out in your favor, but when something's cut down more than 50%, you're not making money. Baron, I just subscribed this week and love it. And I appreciate you. I mean, everyone that subscribes here, everyone that watches me every day, I mean, it definitely means a lot. Thank you so much. Like, I'm on this journey just like the rest of you. We all make mistakes. We do well. We do poor. I mean, it is what it is. Today was a good day. Richard says, today was a good day. Made over $1,200 something. Square and Nike came through when I checked in the early morning. They were up like 300 and 200%. Kept on rising. Yeah. Square was a tricky one today. Square. Like I said, I bought those $80 calls yesterday, which was a big mistake. And I actually thought I had a chance to get out when it was up here, but it just dropped. I mean, that was just ridiculous. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting to make money on those options at this point. I was looking to get break even. So if it got closer to $80, I was looking to pull the trigger when it got out at break even. But I mean, it just dropped like a rock. I mean, it's just terrible. I still own shares on Square. I have a $33 average on Square, so I'm not really worried about it. But that was a stupid trade on my part yesterday. Baba bearish skewed strangles Cobra. Baba. So Baba, what I would be careful about on Baba, guys. Let's go into for bearish is where. Let's change this chart. Sorry. We're at. I mean, I know that I said this before. We were bouncing off. So. If you look at the chart here at like the 165s, it was very nice to trade because it kept bouncing around that until we eventually broke. And the thing that broke that's back here was all the trade news, and now we're having some down days and everything like that. But just be careful when trading near 52-week lows. Doesn't matter what it is, not to go too heavy on the short because when that happens, it could easily bounce back. So like, let's say you were trading this like 135 yesterday, and you're like, oh, it keeps breaking through new lows, and then today from the low it's up 147, up $12 from the lows yesterday. So just be careful that down at the lows here, institutions start to look at value plays, and if Baba's that, they start loading up on shares. So just be careful. Sammy, can we get free stock for watching you every day? I wish I could give free stock to everybody. I wish I could. Derek, how many shares do you trade on average? I don't know what you mean. So shares, when I buy shares, I'm holding long term. I don't actually trade shares. So I don't trade stocks. I don't day trade stocks. I just invest stocks. So California, Baba looks expensive. Yeah. So Baba puts are expensive just because we're at 52-week lows, and also, like I said, IV rank is high. I bet you calls. Or, let's see if it's skewed here for next week. Yeah. So calls are, let's see. If you go to the $3 out, these are 246. $3 out. So I mean, it's about this. It's pretty close. Calls and puts are equally expensive, which means they don't really know which way Alibaba is going to go. You know, the general market doesn't know. It's pretty weighted pretty nicely, pretty evenly right now for puts and calls. So let's see here. What else you guys got? IV. So Easy says IV's at 34.5. 1 month ago since you signed up 1 month ago, and you guys are OGs. Thank you. How many option contracts, if you don't mind? So right now, because of volatility, I'm trading one contract. Okay, I'm trading one contract. I do have quite a positions on. However, like what I don't show you guys, like right now I'm just showing you my Thinkorswim account because I have a Tastyworks account and I have some other accounts as well. Tastyworks doesn't let me show you the screen even in privacy mode. It keeps my username that I log in with at the top of the screen, which is very stupid, I think, on Tastyworks' part, because a little while ago, since I've been making all these videos, someone tried to hack my Robinhood account and stuff, so I've been trying to keep my information on the low because Tastyworks doesn't have a multi-factor authentication. So right now, per account, I'm trading one contract. However, I'm trading 4 accounts. It kind of helps me mentally to concentrate on one trade. So I have one trade and I multiply it across each account. It helps me stay accountable. It helps me trade small. So like, you know, like actually up $140 a day, 140, 150. I'm actually up that times 4. But also goes the other direction. When I'm down 100, I'm actually down 4. So I just show you guys this account just because it's easier to show you guys, you know, the trades that I do. And on this, I like to for example purposes, I like to use a Thinkorswim account for all the charting. Like Tastyworks, they don't have this great of charting. Like you can't have this many charts open, and it's not as fluid or easy to use as Thinkorswim. So. AC, day trading Apple call saved me today, almost cut all my losses. Yeah, I day traded Apple as well. However, I didn't time it exactly right on Apple today. I only made $28. I actually had a strangle on. It bounced down to here and it started to recover, and I sold it. When it actually hit down here, I would have been up like 150 on it. I would have made a lot more money. Instead, I only made $28. I was happy to make some money. It did help me out and recover some of my losses on some of the other stocks, like Square. But I could have made a lot more. But I was actually really afraid of this push here. When it started to settle down in here, I got scared and I sold because I didn't want it to rip back up like it did here. So, you know, people that were shorting in here, like they were shorting in this bar here, it went up, it failed, went down here. People were shorting. I guarantee people were shorting this candle right here. They short this candle, and then they just got it handed into the close. Ugh, man. So, yeah, I mean, shorts. The one thing that I was disappointed, I think bulls and bears, I was equally disappointed too, because bulls couldn't hold it together all day, and then bears couldn't hold it together at the close. So it was very. I know we gapped up, but I think a lot of that had to do with earnings on the banks. But if I was disappointed in both the bulls and the bears, none of them could really take control today. It was insane, like crazy. So I'm guessing you use multiple calls trader techniques on the same options, maybe. Derek, I use the same. I have the same positions on all accounts, actually. It helps me mentally to keep my position size small. Is your cold water hot? My water is not hot. I just don't have any. I don't have any ice into it. I don't have any ice in it. I guess it's room temp. Yeah. Well, it's easier for me to do because I enter the position all at the same time and I exit the positions all at the same time. And it's a way for me to keep my position size small, keep the greed level. So if I'm looking here, you know, it doesn't seem like, you know, when I go up, let's say I go up $100, it doesn't, the greed factor doesn't settle in. It doesn't show like, hey, I'm up $400. It shows I'm up $100. So it's like a little mental, it's a mental trick that I do for myself. It may not work for most people, but it works for me. Keith says that's because Tom does not believe in charting. Yeah, Tom does not believe in a lot of things, and I believe Tom. Me and Tom don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. That bass rocked my speaker. Sorry, Easy. Excellent. Seeing everything get bought up towards the end of the day makes me bullish for Monday. Yeah, the one thing is we're just like, you know, we could wake up on Monday or Monday morning and we could easily get a CNBC News alert saying, you know, trade war escalated, you know, blah, blah, blah. All this can happen. So, like, yes, Monday, things look good for Monday, but also realize anything could happen. Like, anything can happen at any time. Like, you know, so that's why I've been hedging my positions in this market because, one, we have a lot of things going on politically. Two, we just had this huge crash, or not crash, but it was a pretty big drop on the stock market overall. We just had this pretty big drop. However, you know, politics could make it worse. Trade wars could make it worse. Bad earnings could make it worse. I mean, right now we're not in a safe place. We're not in a good place right here. So, you know, we're not anything could happen at any time. Like, just because it goes up, like if you look back in, I was showing you guys this yesterday, you know, just because it ripped up, like if you look into, let's go into here, you know, this is kind of what we're looking at right now. You know, we had the dead cat bounce here, a couple days of up, and then it actually dropped again lower than where it dropped initially. You know, so that's why you have to be careful. Like, just because we dropped and we had a green day doesn't mean anything. We could actually go up a couple more days and actually then drop again lower than where we were before. You know, if you're looking at it right now, you know, same thing. You know, we dropped to a low of 27.11. We had an update. Let's say on Monday we do have an update. Let's say we go up another 30 points or 20, 40 points. Let's say we go to 2,800. But then we're about on Tuesday. On Tuesday, it gives it all back and then goes lower to, like, you know, 26.50. Not saying it will happen, but be prepared. It could happen. It could happen. As you can see in February, it happened. Excellent. You're absolutely right. Trading right now is gambling for sure, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, that's why you got to concentrate on option pricing, and whether you're buying options, selling options, you're waiting for some premium to come in, just trade small. Like, I'm not trading as big as I used to. Definitely not. Like, I'm definitely not trading anywhere near the sizes. And it's not that. It's to protect my account. Like, yes, I'm making money and maybe my gains are capped. My gains are most likely capped. But I'm not going to risk a whole lot of cash in times like these. Like, if I don't know where the market's going or if we're in a safe spot, I'm not going to put more in. I'm comfortable with the one contract I'm trading right now. Manny says, really? Question mark. Manny, what do you pertain to? If we could drop lower? Is that what the question is? Easy says Trump legalizing marijuana. That would be... Hey, did you guys hear about the... let me pull this up. Did you guys hear about the tequila? Tesla tequila? Let me pull this up. Pull this up for you guys here. Let me show you this, guys. Kind of weird. So, because Elon has so much free time, if you look at this tweet here, Tesla Kila, Elon Musk Tesla seeks to trademark Tesla Kila from CNBC, and Elon says Tesla Kila, so it's kind of tricky to say, is coming soon, and we have this 100% pure agave here. you know, that's hilarious. You know, did you guys hear about that? I will say that I will probably buy some. I'm gonna buy some if it's available. If it's like $500, $1,000, forget it. If he's selling for $50, I'll pay $50. I'll pay $50 for this. If he did legalize, it's going to be the best thing we get. This. Yeah, I don't know. Now I automatically associate marijuana or weed with Elon Musk every time. So that's why I thought of that. From what from what region? I don't know. This is all that he's showing right here. If you go to Elon Musk Twitter, this is it. There's not much information on here. It just says 100% pure. 40% alcohol, 750 milliliters. That's all it says. It doesn't say what region it's from. But I thought Elon was having a hard time making cars. Where I guess he's got some side projects as well here. Makes your clothes fall off and tissues stick to the presidential shoes. You guys are crazy. Are we looking at this month as February? I've heard more than once. Could make this market change. It's water. Crypto slices it's water from his Tesla batteries. Oh, jeez, that would be terrible. That'd be toxic. AC, what did I do for income before I started trading? So what I actually own some other businesses. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years, since 2008. And when I mean that, I haven't had a boss since 2008. Manny, are we looking at this month as February? I've heard more than once. I'm just comparing it to February because right now the price action is very, very, very similar in terms of the drop. I know we're not even down where we were back in February, but we've had some major down days. We had a bit of a bounce like we did today. Then we had another bounce the next day. I'm just saying, pay attention. Pay attention to the charts. Just because we had one on green day doesn't mean we're going to go back up to 2,900. We could easily go back to 2,500. We could lose another 200 points from here. Easily. So I'm not saying go in all in short, but I'm also saying don't go all in long either. Like, I'm not going all in short. I'm not going in all in long. However, I don't really have many positions on. My deltas, I'm at 106 mainly because I put the snap position on. I bought some snap calls. It was cheap. I bought the $8.50 strike. The $8 strike calls for next week just because it was like $40 play. Probably won't work out. Don't trade that. Don't trade that. Don't make that trade, guys. Next week, pot stocks. You guys trading Tilray anymore? People haven't been bringing it up now that they haven't been making massive gains. Probably because they lost a lot of money. Yeah, it's still consolidating here in this area, and it's nice to see that it hasn't been dropping on these down days. But IV's coming in a little bit. How are these trading here in terms of? Might be time to get a position soon on these if IV comes in a little bit here. $22 move expected for next week. Oh man, still for a $100 stock, $150 stock. I mean, these are just killing me. I can't in good conscience actually trade this. I mean, honestly, I can't. The prices are just outrageous. On the monthlies here. I mean, ridiculous. Rayleigh has MJ. How's MJ looking, guys? MJ, nice consolidation there as well. MJ, yeah. A lot of speculation right now, pot stocks, which makes it interesting. I guess you would trade. I mean, it's kind of expensive in here, but let's see about November. Yeah, November. I mean, you just got to be careful. If I prefer, like, when buying premium, I prefer buying premium in times like this. Mainly because IV rank goes down, it stops. Eventually, it will go somewhere. So, like, if for me, for instance, like, if I was going to trade this right now, I'm going to be going I'm going more than 30 days out. I'll be 35 to 70 days, 60 days. So I would either do, honestly, if it were me, I'm going to be doing these Decembers or Novembers. I actually might write this down for Monday to do an MJ trade on this. We'll see where it goes. Shotgun, I heard the winner gets to meet up and day trade a full day with you. Yeah, I'm down. If you guys want to day trade, I'm down. Yeah. You're going to see my grandma walking down the street with her hot pipe. That's going to be, well, it's going to be a different world. If they legalize pot in the entire U.S., I think it will reduce the crime, but it's going to be crazy. October 17th, legalization in Canada. So if October 17th, that's what... All right, maybe I'll play it for Monday. Monday is what? Monday is 15. So I think I'll probably do an MJ trade. I'm gonna write this down right now. Trade MJ for Monday. All right. So I'm gonna put an MJ trade on Monday, and we'll see what happens. Black market would cause more violence. Yeah, I agree. So we're coming up on the 50-minute, guys. You know, it's been fun chatting. If you guys wouldn't mind, hit the like button on the video. It really helps the videos out. You know, I appreciate everyone. You know, when I first started these live streams, it was really just me sitting here talking to myself, and like 3 people were on. And to see that like 50 people join every day, and you know, at least 15 people comment, I mean, it's a lot. So I think you guys for hanging out with me. Like, you could definitely be doing something else on a Friday afternoon for sure. El Chapo gonna get crazy with the Smiths for messing up his business. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I hate to say it, but I hope it will stay small. Well, thank you guys, Ray. Thank you, Crypto, Hamed. Have a good weekend. You guys have a great weekend. I know my stream cuts off, so I'm trying to figure out a good way to not have it cut off. I'm parked in Easy's parked in a Home Depot having a brew. Nice. Stream it on the phone. Use that data, bro. Use that data. But yeah, I mean, you guys have a great weekend. You guys, I'm actually really surprised. You know, you guys hang out like the whole stream. Like, I would expect most people after 5 minutes dip out, but you guys hang out like the whole stream, which is insane. Sakura Kit, thanks again. Appreciate you. Shotgun. Let's get some Tesla Kila in here. Maybe if we can get some hands on, if I can get some hands on some, I will definitely do some giveaways in some of these live chats of Tesla Kila. I don't know if I could do that. Can I do that? I don't know. I don't know if I can ship Tequila. We'll see. If I can ship Tequila to you in a giveaway, I will do it. I don't know if that's legal or not. We'll find out. So, you guys have a great weekend. Appreciate you all. Let's get green next week. Let's play not too aggressive, but let's make some smart trades. You know, let's make it happen. If you guys want to know what I'm trading, join our Facebook group. I post all my trades in there. That's where I post all my trades right now. We're working on some other ways to you know, talk with you guys, but right now I'm using Facebook. So you guys have a great one. Thanks so much.